My name is Tejas. Today I'm going to share you about about the government of India and the economic system of India. So let's get started. Okay, here comes the government of India. So the government of India is also known as Union Indian, which is according to the Article 300 of Indian Constitution. Um, the government of India is also known as Union India, as you can see over here, which was modeled after the Westminster system. So the government of India was modeled after the Westminster system. The architects of India's constitution, though drawing on many external sources, were most heavily influenced by the British model of parliamentary democracy. In addition, a number of principles were adopted from the Constitution of the United States of America, including the separation of power among the major branches of government, the establishment of a Supreme Court, and the adoption, albeit is modified form of federal structure. Federal structure is a constitutional division of power between the union and the state governments. The mechanical details of running the central government, however, were largely carried over from the Government of India Act of 1935. I lost my cursor. Oh, yeah, sorry. So, as you can see over that um, this thing, the mechanical detail for running the central government, however, was largely carried over from Government of India Act of 1935. So the mechanical detail that is like running the central government, mechanical detail for running the central government was like carried by the Government of India Act of 1935, which was passed by the British Parliament, and yeah, which served as India's constitution in the founding days of British colonial rule. So here we get to know that the sketch, like the half sketch for the Indian constitution, was like made by the British, and after the independence of India, India made the half sketch by itself, and these two combined together, and it formed the Indian constitution. Okay, so India is a democratic party or in democratic government which has different type of government which form together and make the people like to work and yeah that's all. So the structure of government of India, not more than 500 and not less than 60 members. This is an exception for legislative assembly that not more than 500 members can join in it, and not less than 60 members can work in legislative assembly. So, but in Sikkim, as you can see over here, in Sikkim, it has 32 members. Why it has 32 members? Because of the small state. If the state will be larger, it will get more members, but the small state have the less population, and it will also vote the less members. Now, a fixed number of seats in every state. Every state should have a fixed number of seats. As we vote to the government, I mean to any party, they got the seats and they win. Like if there is 300 seats in New Delhi and there should be 300 seats in Uttar Pradesh too, because it's the structure of government, fixed number of seats in every state. So different number of seats for different state. Every different state have different number of seat. Different number of seat as per the government. Like if there is BJP in UP and MP, so they have the combined, like they have the same number of seats. But if there is like TMC in Kolkata and UP, we have BJP, so they have different number of seats as per the parties. So elected members are called member of legislative assembly (MLA). So the members who are elected for legislative assembly are called as member of legislative assembly, which we shortly called as MLA. Not MLA paper in Word document, but it's members of legislative assembly. Okay, and it is elected by the people of the state. The members who are in the government are elected by the people of the state. Now let's move on the economic system of India. Okay, the Indian economy was called an underdeveloped economy, but slowly become a developing economy, but is now referred to as the mixed economy. Okay, so here the paragraph is talking that before India was underdeveloped. India was having underdeveloped economy, but as the time passed, India got better economy, and now it is referred as the mixed economy. Um, Sometimes it got yeah, it get less, and sometimes increases. So it's mixed now. An economic system is defined by a way wherein the country's resources are utilized to produce goods and services in such a manner that these goods are and services are distributed for consumption. So economic system is like always defined like how the country resources are utilized to produce good and services to the others in a manner, and these goods and services are distributed for consumption. Like India has a mixed economy. Half of India's workers rely on agriculture, the signature of a traditional economy. Then, one third of its workers are employed by the services industry, which contributes two-thirds of India economy output. The productive of this sector is made possible by India's shift toward a market economy. So, as you can see here, that India has a mixed economy, and half of India's work, like half of the work, is really on agriculture. The half of the population, like the half of the workers who work in India, they work in agriculture. They do farming, and this is the signature of a traditional economy. Like the traditional economy is having the signature of agriculture. So one third of its worker are employed by the service industry. So the two-third are like in agriculture, and one third are in service industry, like they work in industries or factories, which contributes two-third of India's economic output. This, like the service industry, only provide two-third of India's economic output, and the agriculture one provide the one third of its yeah, economic output. The productivity of this sector is made possible by India's shift toward a market economy. Okay, so the productivity of these sector are made possible by India's shift toward a market economy. Like India have now shifted to a market economy, and yeah, move further from agriculture. Now, it's what do people think about the government of India? So, although India's constitution declares the country of a democratic republic, and India is often called the world's largest democracy, Indians express mixed attitude when asked whether a democratic government or a leader with a strong hand would be better suited to solve the country's problem. Now, people who wanted to get the country to top, they are always supporting Indian government. Okay, so why is that thing? Why do all the people like some people support this thing and some people support this thing? Because of mm, the different parties that are divided in India. So the people only want the good for India, and yeah, they want job, they want everything. They only support those parties. They are kind of selfish. Like it's not a bad thing, but yeah. Although I mean, like when it is like often asked that what do you need, a democratic government or a leader with a strong hand? And the people always say that um, they need they need a government who is supporting a country to the top, like who is bringing the country to the top. And yeah, this is the people's acceptation. Now let's go to the second paragraph. Do Indians prefer democratic form of government? This is a good question. Indian adults with a college degrees are more likely than those with less education to prefer democratic form of government. 51% versus 45%. So Indian adults with a college degree, that's 51% and 45% is like the scheduled tribes or the caste. And Indians who belong to general category cast 51%, yeah, as I told, and more likely than those who belong to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes 44%, or other backward classes 43% to favor democracy. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. Okay, how effective is Indian government? So India is in the midst of a closely watched election. The incumbent, the Prime Minister Modi, is seeking a second term. There are 900 million people eligible to vote, making this potential the largest exercise in democracy anywhere in the world. So India is in the midst of a closely watched election, yeah, closely watched election, like the country always fight for the election. The incumbent Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the current Prime Minister of India, who is seeking a second term, and there are 900 people who are eligible to vote. By making this potential the largest exercise in democracy anywhere in the world, like this is a kind of largest exercise of democracy in the world. India is like known for this thing. Both voters and policymakers in India face a crush of information as they consider their choices in the election and the priorities that lie beyond. Okay, so both the voters and the policymaker in India, like they feel like a crush of information, like they don't have enough information as they consider their choices in election and priorities. Like as I told you before, they are kind of selfish. This government is if this government is seeing that they will give the jobs, and this government is seeing that they will give the jobs and provide everything they they want, the people who are from this side will go to this side, and this government will yeah, this government will started to fall, this government will started to rise. So this is the thing of the voters like don't know any information, and they face a crush of information because of that. There are numerous report cards on the Modi administration circulating on both mainstream and social media, including those prepared by the administration itself. Like there are numerous report cards on Modi administration, which are circulating on both mainstream and social media, including the prepared by the administration itself. Unfortunately, they also face a crash of misinformation and confusion on social media. So even on social media, they also face a crush of misinformation, like the people who are on social media, they also get the confusion about that. In our view, another critical missing element, especially for a country like India with big global aspiration, is an objective evaluation on the government's performance in the policy areas such as citizen welfare, economic growth, and functioning public institutions. Okay, now let's move to the next slide. Okay, now it's the environmental management. So, environmental protection and sustainable development has been the cornerstone of the policies and procedures governing the industrial and other developing activities in India. So, over here, it is talking that um, environmental protection and sustainable development is the cornerstone of the policies for India, governing the environmental protection and the sustainable development. It is the cornerstone of the policies for India. Ministry of Environment and Forest has taken several policy initiatives and enacted environmental and pollution control legislation to prevent indiscriminate exploitation, yeah, of natural resources, and to promote integration of environmental concerns and development projects. So the Indian Ministry of Environmental and the Forest has taken several policies to protect environment and control the pollution legislation to prevent indiscriminate exploitation. Wait, what is exploitation of natural resources, and to promote integration of environmental concerns in development projects. So here, measures that have been adopted by the government in environmental management and currently in operation all over India. So these are the policies that are taken by Indian government. These are only like four, but there are more policies that are taken by Indian government. So first one, effluent charges. Second, pollution fines and subsides for better environmental quality. Other regulatory and legal measures. So there is effluent charges, like if you like make the environment harm, so there are charges for you, and pollution fines if like crackers are like a kind of banned in India, but many people don't understand that thing, and they some of them also get fines. So please again, from my side, save the environment. Indian government is trying to save the environment of India and the world. Please try to save and yeah, work with them. So subside for better environment quality, like the subsides for the better environmental quality, like for breathing, like the pollution in New Delhi, is like very bad. So they are working on it for better quality. Other regulatory and legal measures are also in their policy. So oh, it's done. Okay, so thank you for listening me. If you like the video, so please like my video, share my video, and subscribe my channel. Till then, thank you.